Yo, I didn't really give you anything to go over because the topic of this podcast is you.
Hey, man. Freelance, man. We're going to make it work.
I hope you're ready for that, man.
Of course,
of course. The people that know you, they know how you give it up.
We going to talk about what they're going to talk about, man.
So don't be getting shy because we got these cameras and these mics out, man.
Of course not. Of course.
Let's get it started, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm William Holly. You're listening to WBH Radio. Thanks for tuning in. If this is your first time listening, let me tell you, I'm very fond of my time playing college basketball. Brooklyn, New York, Kingsborough Community College. During my tenure, we were able to win 2 city championships. We knocked off the number 2 team in the region.
Yes, sir.
We knocked off the number 1 team in the country.
Talk about it. You talking. Talk about it.
And somebody that was there every step of the way, a big-time reason for our success on the court and a big-time catalyst for the brotherhood that was formed away from the court. is our next guest, the one and only Cadell Stevens.
What's going on, man?
C-Dells!
Glad to be here, man. Glad you have me.
I appreciate you being here. First off, tell the people where we at.
We in Atlanta, man. We not in Atlanta. We in Atlanta. We not out north. We in the town in Atlanta.
We in the trenches.
Right in the trenches. You see what's outside?
What's the name of this neighborhood?
We in the West End right now.
West End.
West End. Y'all know who from the West End. Yeah,
Yo, I brought up Kingsborough. When I mentioned that, tell me about the memories, the thoughts, the feelings that evokes.
Man, I can't even describe it, man. That might have been some of the best times I had in my life, man. 18 years old, it was just a ball. Had a great time, man. Just
Playing
ball. And
carefree.
Man, no worries in the world, man. All you got to do is wake up, go to practice, play ball, go home.
That's it. That's it. I'm going to tell you no lie, and it's not just because you're here. One of the fondest memories of my career personally, we were at Kingsborough. It was a semifinal, right? We fighting for the opportunity to go play in the championship. And my guy, Cadell Stevens, erupts for 21 points and 14 rebounds against Bronx Community College.
Might have been my best game in my career.
Biggest game of the career. And what was so special about it is because it like epitomized everything I wanted to be as a college athlete. Everything I wanted our team to be, what I wanted us to represent is no matter who you are, just continue to get better each and every day.
Yes, sir.
And if we do that, we should all be the best version of ourselves as we get closer to the end.
Without a doubt.
So here we are, we get into the end of the season, and Cadell dominated the performance. 21 points, 14 rebounds. He had a monster dunk.
Man, I can plan it right
now. Tell me about
it. Man, listen, I remember I knew I was going to have a good game because in practice prior to that, all we worked on was boxing out and closing out. Yeah. And I want to say like the first 2 or 3 plays, I'm boxing out, and Buddy ain't fighting back. Right. And I'm like, I'm about to get every rebound that comes off this glass. And he didn't want to fight with me.
He didn't want to fight.
And I knew at that point it was going to be one of them times. It's going to be a special time for me. You know what I'm saying?
It was crazy. I think Malcolm hit you with the dime.
Oh, yeah.
You caught it, took 2 steps.
On top.
Went up there and dunked it. And that was it. He hung on the rim for a little bit and then slapped the backboard.
I was feeling myself a little bit.
Like he owned the joint. And I remember I was sitting on the bench and I looked at our assistant coach, Andre Vincent. He looked back at me like, yo, the young homies is growing up.
Shout out to Dre. Shout out to Dre.
The young homies was growing up, son. With you playing like that, they wasn't going to be able to do nothing.
Nah, in my head, I knew it.
It was over. It was over, man. And that moment was so special because, again, here you are, we chipping away each and every day. No matter who you are in life, the goal is to just become a little bit better than you were yesterday.
2% better every day. And
that's what we tried to do. That's why I'm glad you referenced practice. Because practice, that's when we got after it. You know what I'm saying?
Practice was harder than the game.
Yes, sir.
And we had good talent and everybody fighting for a spot. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to be in the starting 5.
Yes.
Nobody knew who was in the starting 5 until the day of the game. So we going at each other's necks, man.
When you finally came to the timeout, y'all was just staring at you. You said, yo, I'm here.
I remember.
Yo, Will, I'm here.
It was an out-of-body experience. I'm not going to hold you.
Well, I'm here.
Out-of-body experience.
And that memory is so special. You had your family in the crowd.
Mom's there. Everybody was there, man.
Yo, like, son, that's what it's about, son.
It's crazy. I just went on a trip with my mom.
Yeah.
Where was that? South Carolina. And she was talking about the game. She's like, they just kept saying your name, Cadell Stevens, Cadell Stevens. I'm like, yeah, you know who you raised? Come on, you know what's up with me?
Really?
Yeah, man. We literally just had this conversation 2 weeks ago. My mom's there, grandmom's there, aunts, brothers, and that's what she was talking about.
This is 10 years ago.
10 years, man. 10 years.
Yo, that warms my heart because our careers is not just for us, it's for our families.
For sure. That's some of my mom's proudest moments. You know what I'm saying?
That's
me and my mom, we went to school at the same time.
Yeah, she was studying at Kingsborough with us.
You feel me? So it was a good time for me.
Oh, man, that makes me happy.
Great time.
That makes me happy. I'll tell you another story from that. When we ended up going to the championship, like, at that time of year, we played junior college basketball. Sometimes throughout the season, we playing in empty gyms.
For sure.
But that time of year, the conference puts together a nice little stage. You got multiple games going on at one time. You got the girls' championship going on. The guys play. Like, it's a nice little stage. The TV cameras come out. Mm-hmm. The radio is out. And one of our teammates, Jose Arroyo, his mom, like, I don't know, I was just walking back and forth in the gym before our game. And I said, Ma, you ready for this? She said, well, I took off for this game. Like, the game wasn't until the evening. She could have went to work that morning.
Whole day, clear the schedule.
But it was that special for our families also, man. That makes me happy that moms remember that.
I remember walking into the gym that day. Yeah. And it was packed.
Yeah.
And I was like,
crazy.
I didn't know how to feel. I never played in front of that many people before, you know what I'm saying? And
you got busy. Oh, another piece from that game, so it was a semifinal game. We didn't win the championship yet. I mentioned that the conference does a really good job of building a stage. They bring the TV cameras out. They doing interviews and stuff. So we're in the locker room, and our coach, Hassan Duncombe, may he rest in peace. We were all in there, and Cadell was outside because he had the monster game. He's doing an interview. So our coach's job is, of course, we just had a big win, but we got to get ready for the championship. So he kind of going off like, yo, Cadell's out there getting an interview. In my head, I'm like, yo, Haas, you know this is the time of the year when they do that, man.
Come on, Haas, come on, man.
Let my man get his shine, man.
For sure.
But that's the job of a coach. I was just laughing. I went over to Cadell. Man, go get your interview, bro.
It was a good experience, man. That was a great time in my life, man, for real.
Tell the people where you from.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Brownsville to be exact, man.
Brownsville
Park.
To be exact.
Kelly Park. That's my home court, man.
One of Kelly Park's finest.
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned that we in the A. Mm-hmm. You moved out here when?
2013.
2013.
December 2013.
You moved out here for work?
Yes, sir.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a City of Atlanta police officer. Yes, sir. City of Atlanta police officer.
The cops?
Yes, sir.
5-0?
The ops, what they call us, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course I knew that.
You know what I'm saying?
Kid from Brownsville, out here, Atlanta Police
Big
Department.
City, man.
What were your sentiments towards the police growing up? You grew up in Brownsville. Mm-hmm. It was your mom, your dad, your two brothers, and you got cousins and everybody in the house. Like, what were your sentiments towards the police growing up?
It was a lot different than what they are now, man. I'm gonna tell you, coming up, you see the police, you keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Right. Keep it going, man. I had plenty of police experiences, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of shaped me into being who I wanted to be growing up. Yeah. But
well, you had interaction with the police as a youngster?
Of course. Not all good either. Not all good, man. We come from a time where stop and frisk and all that type of stuff. You walking from Broadway Junction or wherever you coming from, unmarked car pull up, take everything out your pocket. For no reason.
No reason.
You know what I mean? So I grew up with all of that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of shaped me into being and molded me to where I wanted to be a police officer. You know?
Really?
For sure. 100% sure.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, this is news. This is my brother, but this is news. One would think that having these interactions with the police would make you want to say like, yo, I'm not rocking with them. Mm-hmm. It pushed you to actually want to be one?
For sure. And this is from everybody in my family knew. Even growing up where we come from, it's almost unheard of for somebody.
Straight up.
Everybody already knew. In my hood, everybody knew I wanted to be the police.
Why? Like, why did those interactions make you want to be on that side?
Outside of those interactions, I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to tell you a funny story. You know the show New York Undercover?
Yes, sir. That's Malik Yoba and all.
Growing up, me and my little cousin Little Ronnie, we swore up and down we was Malik Yoba and Eddie, JC and Eddie. We swore we was him. And that kind of pushed me into, I just thought they was cool. Like, they running through the buildings, Vanson's on.
Straight up.
For real, no lie.
Nah, that was the coolest cop show.
That's
not typical.
We used to watch that shit religiously. That in mind, religiously, man.
Yo, bro, I was expecting you to come in here and say, yo, middle finger to the law as a rebellious young teenager.
It wasn't none of that.
So why did those interactions push you to want to be on that side?
Because you could shape other people's views on the police from what you do in your heart. You know what I'm saying? So I take something bad and turn it into something good. You know what I'm saying? I've had not a lot of good experiences with the police.
Right.
But that don't mean I'm gonna hate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Hate all of them.
That's crazy. So I never knew that.
Promise to God, man.
See,
call my mom right now, she'll tell you that.
See, after Kingsborough, I thought, yo, we just young men. We got to find our way. And you ended up landing in the APD. But this was on your radar.
It was in the plan. NYPD was on the plan. They just take too long to call you back, man. So that's how it went.
Wow, son. Wow. So you joined the force. Tell me about your first moment, because I'm assuming you go through training when you like, yo, I can't believe I'm here.
Yeah.
This is tough.
Yeah.
Tell me about that first moment you realize like, yo, I'm really here.
You know, I've never been to the military before,
right?
But the police academy is paramilitary, so it's structured as if it's military training. Yeah. So having somebody screaming at you, and I wasn't you know, stop playing. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to adapt to it. That part, in the beginning, it was tough until you realize it's just a mind game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the people that were my academy instructors, we cool now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
you realize quickly, and you mentioned military. I'm a U.S. Army veteran. Like, yo, when I first showed up, they in your face, but then you realize it's just a game. Yeah. You gotta play the game. They there to make you the best you can be, best cop, best soldier. They really trying to save your life.
For sure.
What are some of the? How long was the training?
3 months.
Yeah.
3 months.
What was the toughest day?
The first day is it's called Hell Day. Yeah. It's the first day, and that's just in your face, workout all day, smoke session. They drag you through the mud. Yeah. That might be the worst day. Yeah. Worst day, because there's no stopping. It's no breaks. It's none of that. I mean, when that clock hit 8, they on you.
You remember being in your bed that night, like, what were your thoughts? Like, Mom, I'm coming back home, or?
Nah, the first time before that day, I just was ready. Yeah. I just wanted to experience it and see what it was about. Because, you hear other people who went through already and they tell you it's going to be this and that. I just want to experience it for myself. Right. And every day after that, get a little bit easier. You know what I mean?
Okay. Graduation day, what's that like?
You feel like you won a Nobel Peace Prize or something, man, because your family's there. You worked hard. You put your body through the worst, and it's an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? And you made it. Pops was there, Moms was there, whole family there. You know what I mean?
That's crazy, bro. I never knew.
And just knowing that, I didn't think I was gonna make it in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And
through the training? There was some times you wanted to quit?
Did I?
Boy.
Man, listen. Couple times, man.
What's the closest you got to saying, you know what, this ain't for me?
Calling my moms. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna make this one, man. But she just, she encourage you, tell you to push through, and I just stayed. So, and I kind of didn't want to go back home, like knowing that I started something and didn't finish it. You know what I'm saying? So that was another reason why I stayed.
What was going on that made you pick up the phone and call Mom?
Just how old was I? 22, 23. Yeah. I never experienced like being out on my own like that before. So it's like you have a tough day, and you ain't going in the house and Mom's there. You know what I'm saying? You all on your own. You got to figure it out by yourself. So I think that was more so. It was a little tough for me, just not having any family out here and things like that. Nobody to talk to and reach out to. Yeah. Because I was here for literally just one day. I'm on the corner of Herkimer and Sackman. Yeah. Next day I'm in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So kind of tough experience. Not tough, but just fast experience. You know what I'm saying?
Not only are you going in a new endeavor being a police officer, but you're doing it in a completely different town.
For sure. I don't know. When I mean nobody, I didn't know no restaurants, no nothing. Nobody out here.
That's crazy, man. I think sometimes, like, when we talk about the relationship between the community and the cops, you see a lot of the cases with police involved shooting and stuff going on. One of the criticisms is that these police are not trained enough. After your 3 months of training, did you feel equipped to be out on the streets and carrying the authority that comes with having a badge and a gun?
I feel like they prepare you. They can't prepare you for what they don't know is going to happen. You get what I'm saying? So they prepare you as much as they can, but when you get out there, you still got to be your own person. Okay. They just telling you, they teach you what you need to do to do your job, for sure. Right. But you still got to develop who you are as a person, and if you have a heart for this once you get on the street. Because the academy and real life on the street is
two different things.
Totally different. And if you ain't ready for it, and if you ain't built for it, it'll suck you up.
Because I was like, when everybody's like, yo, Cadell's gonna be a police officer, like, yo, we was just on the back of the bus acting a damn fool in Kingsborough.
Foolish, man. Acting foolish.
And now my man is out there on them streets with the authority that comes and responsibility that comes with a badge and a gun. You in the car, like, we was concerned about you, brother. With any training, and even in the military, you got people that will excel, you got the middle of the pack, and then you got the stragglers. You know, unfortunately, some people get through the crack. What do you think could be done for those who may not have that X factor that's required to be out on the street?
And in my opinion, you got to have it in you. If it's not in you, you can't just come here thinking, I'm getting a job, I'm getting a paycheck.
Right.
Because if it's not in you, it's not going to work for you.
What's not in you, really?
Just having the fact, understanding and accepting the responsibility that I'm a police officer, I have the authority to take someone's freedom, and so on and so forth. If you can't respect that, then you have no business with this type of job. It all comes down to, and I'm telling you, respect. If you respect the people in the community that you work for, they're going to respect you. And it's a game changer. Once people realize that, it's a game changer. It changes the whole world if you need, you know what I'm saying? Because most people, they don't, they look at the police, and especially in today's times.
For sure.
We like the worst people in the world.
Yeah.
Not knowing that if you didn't know me outside of this uniform, we might be in the same party or something. We might be hanging out in the same places. I shop in the same places and the same people that in the community I work in. I'm in the same places that they're in. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So a lot of people, you got to respect it, man. And you got to respect the fact that you just a cop.
Right.
You ain't a superhero. This uniform don't give you no type of superpowers. It don't make you better than nobody, nothing like that. You got a uniform, a badge, and a gun to do a job.
Wow.
And a lot of people, once people start realizing that, and it's not like an Instagram app and taking pictures and all that type of stuff. Once they realize what they're really here for, it'll change the world.
Have you seen people in the uniform who don't have that respect for people, and how have you handled it?
I would say, in my zone where I work at, I think the people that work in there, they have respect for the people in the community. Right. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes they can't adapt to the people because they're not from these type of environments. You get what I'm saying? Right. So if you've never seen let's say a crackhead before, you don't know how to handle it when you come in terms with a crackhead. You get what I'm saying? It's things like that. Yeah. Like, so if you've never been here before, it takes a little bit longer to get acclimated to where you're working at and the community that you're working for. You know what I'm saying? Because if you come from some wild, crazy country town that's 400 miles away from from the city, and then you get here and it's a whole, there's no tractors and stuff in Atlanta. Yeah. It's a totally different ball game.
You remember your first day on the street?
For sure.
What was going through your mind? How fast was your heart beating?
I don't want to say I was nervous. I think I was just prepared. I was anticipating. I was just like, something happened, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? But I think my first few nights was just real smooth, especially in field training, because you're riding with somebody who's pretty much showing you the ropes. Even though you're a sworn police officer, he's riding with you, showing you the ropes. Man, they make it a little bit more easier. But as you go through your field training, you start to take on all the calls on your own and things like that. And they just sit back and see what you got. Gotcha. And after that, my first few days was cool, man.
That's it.
I wasn't nervous at all at any point. I was just prepared. You know what I'm saying?
What would you say has been your best day as a police officer?
My best day.
Like, whatever you consider your best day, who knows? Maybe you went and got a cat out the tree. Like,
I think in today's times, like how people look at the police, when the kids come up to you and they want to dap you up and talk to you, that's the best. You know I'm from that area. What's up, y'all?
I'm from the Ville, yeah.
So I think those are the best days. Those are the best. And usually, like, maybe I'm superstitious, but when things like that happen, your day usually go good.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Usually have a good day.
Do you feel like you making a difference out there? Do you feel like you're doing, providing a service to the community?
Me personally, I do, for sure. And I could say that with 10 toes down for sure. I think so, because like I said, it all going back to respect. I get so much respect in the area that I work because I respect everybody. And it's like, me coming to your call is like the homie here. It's not like the Mr. I'm coming to tear the house down. It's the homie here. He can relate to what I got going on. And that's another game changer. Like I said, being able to relate. Gotcha.
You said something to me the other day via text I thought was like poetic. I'm like, look at the young homies, man. You said, I'm not from the street, but I grew up in the essence of the street.
Come from street essence, man. Yeah. So it's what I meant by that was like, Brownsville, Brooklyn. If you don't know, you know what goes on in Brownsville, Brooklyn. So it's like, I'm not the kid outside selling drugs, but I might be the kid on the porch watching the kid that's selling drugs. And I'm like, okay, so I'm seeing what's going on and I'm understanding where I live at. Yeah. It's kind of like being a product of your environment.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that works in my favor because every hood is the same. It's the same people trying to do the same thing with the same goals, and that's get out the hood. And by all means, any means, they're going to do what they got to do to get out the hood. And I think me being able to relate to certain people and those aspects, it makes it a lot easier for me as opposed to somebody who's not from where I'm from.
My friend who used to come watch us play ball, you may remember him. I used to call him Polo.
Of course. Come on. What up, Polo?
Kamoy McDonald, what up, man? Like, he ain't really a basketball fan. He was there rocking with us. And he was asking me one time about my interactions with the referee. And while I'm on the court, I'm like, he's explaining things to us. He's telling us to watch out for different things. He's actually preventing calls at times.
Sure.
Like, yo, watch the elbow, man. If you do that again, I'm gonna call a foul and stuff. Have you found yourself being able to kind of maybe keep people out of trouble?
Continue.
That's the question.
For sure.
How so?
I done helped more people than I hurt. You get what I'm saying?
How so? Tell me about it.
Letting them know what's going on, like what's really going on in the street. You know what I'm saying? Like the person that you think is your homie, ain't your homie. He telling on everybody. I'm like, being frank with people. Like people, they respect when you honest with them.
Right. You
being, yo, bro, you know you're gonna go to jail for this, right? Like, I'm serious. I'm keeping it funky with you. You know what I'm saying? And they that's where the respect aspect come in. You know what I'm saying? They call me a real one.
There you go.
For real.
There you go. Have you seen people out there like, yo, clean up their life over the last 6, 7, 8 years?
For sure. I've seen people that I met when they might have been. I've been on for a good minute, almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Almost 10 years now. And I've met people when they was 14, 15 years old, and now they adults, and they totally different people. Come from stealing cars, all that type of stuff, and now they really got motion and got something going on. So those are my proud moments, especially knowing that I might have said something to get this man on the right track. For sure.
So how does it feel when you see the vitriol that's thrown at the police and you out there doing what you believe is good work, serving the community? Like, how does that feel? Like, you my homie. Like,
for sure.
I be feeling that.
Sometimes, man, it'd be like, if you just want to get a microphone and talk to the whole world. Like, if y'all only knew.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? If you only knew, like, it's weird, man. So you got mixed emotions about it. Sometimes you just like, y'all don't understand what we going through. Like, they think just because this is not a job for some people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you bring your emotions to work sometimes, and for 8 hours or however long you working, you dealing with everybody else's problems.
Right.
Everybody else's problems, no matter what, a baby mama drama, no matter what it is. But then when you leave, you still got your own problems.
Yes, sir.
You're still a human being. You're still a person. You still might have family issues or financial, whatever it may be. And they don't understand that how it can take a toll on somebody.
I'm sure.
You know what I'm saying? It can take a toll on you.
You pouring your heart into a career, and everything you see on the news is middle finger to the law.
For sure. You riding by F-12 sign. Those things like that that's just child's play. But when somebody really telling you, like, you just being nice, what's up, man?
Yeah.
Like, man, bro, you don't even know.
Straight up.
I could be the person that could save you one day. You know what I'm saying?
You told me a story one day, and I'm not going to say the person's name. You're welcome to mention it. But I guess you got called somewhere about like a noise disturbance. You pulled up, knocked on the car window, rolled down the window, is your favorite rapper, or one of our favorite rappers.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna say
right?
Yeah.
So you had the professional interaction, but then you hit me like, yo, well, I just saw so and so.
For sure, especially if you know how I'm rocking with the person. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
For sure.
So how does it feel when you see these people, these rappers and stuff? Like when they got the rap lyric that's dissing the cop, I skip it.
Yeah.
Cause I be thinking about my brother out there.
For sure.
So how does that feel? Like, yo, you contributed to that man's success, streaming his music, buying his CD.
And I'm gonna tell you, all y'all Atlanta rappers, I listen to y'all music.
Straight up.
For sure.
What's that feel like though, bro?
I know rap music is not real. You get them, so I don't take it too personal, especially like if you got a rap lyric saying F the police and I run into you and it's all love, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you work like the clubs and stuff like that. You run into these people all the time and they very hospitable, cordial people, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to what they rap about, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think I feel too much away because I don't, like, especially now, I don't really listen to rap lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with the vibe and what the beat is, you know what I mean? But sometimes you be like, bro.
Cause I'll be mad.
I'll be like, yo, bro, you know, I was on my way to work listening to that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, for real. So, and that's one of the reasons I want to have this conversation. I feel like everybody just frauding, son.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody really telling the truth.
For sure.
Like, yo, we got so many brothers and sisters in arms that's from our community, like wearing the shield. Like, we got to have a more mature conversation about the law. And the cops saying the rappers saying middle finger to the law.
Sure.
These are people that put you in that position, son. They was just fans, kids of your music, of your music too. And Meek Mill had that interaction with Tekashi a while back, and come to find out, Meek Mill had off-duty cops in his entourage. And there's no problem with that. But he would never say that publicly.
He wouldn't. And there's a lot of rappers running around here with full-fledged police officers with them.
And that's dangerous.
For sure.
Like, yo, just keep it a buck.
Keep it funky, man.
Because you got some wild young kid in the hood, his animosity is growing towards the police.
And he gonna do something stupid.
Do something dumb.
You know what I'm saying? And have his whole life change. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it funky.
Just keep it funky.
Keep it funky. Rappers are paying police officers to protect them. You know what I'm saying? You
ever done any work?
I've never done like any type of like for a rapper or anything like that, but I work like the clubs, off duty and things like that. So.
Yeah. And I say it's dangerous because you got somebody like Meek Mill who has off-duty police officers in his staff, which is a safe route. They're legal. They have the authority to carry a gun. That's cool. But then the young and up-and-coming rapper, he may not understand that, and he got the wild killers from the hood with him.
Real life killers with him, for sure.
You gonna get in trouble.
It's an issue for sure. You gotta. I look at it like if you making money and you in the rap business and the entertainment business, whatever, you not in the hood no more. You don't need to have Johnny kill 30 people with you. You know what I'm saying?
But nobody's telling them that. If they just listening to the music,
it's okay because your favorite rapper, the most gangster rapper that you think, he's got police officers with him. You know what I'm saying? He's got police officers with him. One
of the biggest rappers in Atlanta recently got in trouble.
Who's that?
Young Thug.
Thugger.
And the YSL indictment came down. I know that's active and stuff. You a cop. Like, anything on that?
My interactions with him haven't been bad. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I'm gonna really say about it. But like I said, I don't know too much about the other businesses, but my interactions haven't been bad. And they're from the area that I work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me ask you this though, because it's funny. When these rappers first come out, they say, yo, you should buy their music because they really like that. And then when the prosecutor brings out an indictment, they're like, man, they not really like that.
Some of them really be like that.
But I'll be like, yo, hip hop is like fucking schizophrenic, son. Like, yo, go get his music because you really like that. And then, nah, he's just a rapper. Nah, he not really like that. People call those guys who get in those positions like, yo, you got $1 million, you supposed to cool out. But what does the pivot look like? If you are the #1 rapper in the city because everybody know it could really go there, like what point of your career do you give that up, or how do you give that up?
It's a double-edged sword because if you're saying you really like that, you in your hood all the time.
Right.
You can't leave your hood because your hood is gonna turn it back on you. You know what I'm saying? And then how it look, you the biggest rapper in the world, you can't come back to your own city.
Right.
So that's what they look at it as. So that's why they won't be one for them, one for that, things like that. But just leave, bro. Bring the people that you need to bring with you and get up out of there. It's nothing. Most rappers who get killed, where they get killed at? In their own hood.
And see, that's why it's like y'all Atlanta made it famous. The trap. Mm-hmm. Like some of these rappers may actually be guilty of these crimes, but I still feel sorry for them because they didn't see any other way out. Yeah. They had to really be involved in the street to get their music bubbling. Mm-hmm. And now that they there, they can't leave because they're going to be called a punk. It's like there's no real way out for them. Yeah. And they get caught in these situations, man. And it's crazy, son. And that's why I feel like sometimes we gotta have a real conversation like this. Yeah. This rap music, maybe we ain't winning. Maybe because people always talk about it's black culture. To me, it ain't. Because the record execs really own it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They dictate. Yeah, they get this much. They dictate what you gonna put in your raps. If you say something about the wrong religion, they gonna scold you. But if you murder, like it ain't really our music
anymore.
Yeah,
it ain't. Because like you were saying, like the rappers who are really rapping, like, they don't have 100% say so in what they put out. You might go make 10 records, and you go to bring it to the board. No, we don't like none of these 10. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no creative control over it. Most people, especially if you sign a contract, they don't got no creative control. So these are the executives are the musicians now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We just the vessel. Not we, but
the rap. You know what I'm saying? We at the bottom of the totem pole. And that's what I'm saying. Like when we gonna have a conversation, maybe the rap culture ain't the healthiest. Mm-hmm. How many bodies we got? Big, Pac, for sure. King Von to be more recent.
For sure.
Like maybe we gotta clean it up.
Got to.
But nobody want to have that conversation because the rappers who making a little money, they disseminating the message. Y'all got to be killers. Y'all got to do this to make it to this platform.
The people who have the power to have that conversation, they're not going to have the conversation because it's going to mess up their money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Even the great Hove. Come on. I know that hurts you, Brooklyn.
I can't speak on Hove.
But yo, Hove right now is fighting to not have rap lyrics be used in court.
Yeah, in court.
And that's cool. But I feel like there's some more steps we can make before then.
Before that, mm-hmm.
Like, let's stop these brothers from killing each other in Chicago and different things. But they won't speak on that. They silent, see? Yeah. That shit hurt me, son.
And I think maybe, like, we don't know if they silent, but it seems like if you got a big voice like you got to say something, man. You got to put something out there.
Them boys in Jacksonville is wild, too. I forget the two rappers' name. Young and Ace and Fulio.
They was both beefing with each other, right? Yeah.
Yo, and when Hove come out, that's the stance you want to take. Oh, let's not use rap lyrics in the courtroom. Yeah. I got it, Hove, but I feel like there's more steps we could take before that.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It's like I said, double-edged sword, man.
Yeah.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Joe Budden asked a question on his podcast the other day. I'm gonna pose it to you. Do you think crime can be eradicated as like just an institution, like all crime could be eliminated?
No.
Why not?
It's not. I don't think that's gonna happen because
it's probably not gonna happen. But could it?
I don't think it could because everybody wants more. You know what I'm saying? So you can have, if somebody give you $1 million right now, the average person gonna want another $1 million. Mm-hmm. So if you out robbing and stuff like that, somebody can give you a little look. You ain't gotta rob nobody ever again. Here go $1 million. But your homie over here got $2 million in the chain. You gonna want the $2 million in the chain too. That's just how our society is thinking right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially with social media and all that. Social media is like, I was watching Wallow podcast and he was saying social media is God.
Yeah.
And if you really think about it, social media is like God to people right now. Like people wake up and the first thing they do is scroll. Yeah. They don't even say hi to grandma. Don't call. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what. Everybody want to do something crazy to look good on the gram.
I've been studying like all this Black Revolution and stuff, Black Panthers, Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. I think if we really made up our mind and say, yo, no more crime, and to live in functioning communities where we each had a different role and position, we don't need crime. Trade in crime for revolution.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody had their own little businesses and stuff. Different businesses. Like, you might be the AAU coach. Yeah. I'm the freaking baker or the florist and stuff. And everybody will be successful. But that's some utopian shit.
But you know we be hating on each other, man. We hate on each other so much, man.
Big time.
That would be beautiful if we could do that. Yeah. But it's just like 2-3% of people that mess it all up. You know what I'm saying? If it got right, you know what I'm saying. But I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
I believe anything can happen. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna throw a few things at you. You tell me like the first thought that comes to your mind. Black Lives Matter.
A little iffy on them, man.
A little iffy
on them.
Blue Lives Matter.
Iffy on them too.
Defund the police.
It'll be crazy in the street. It'll be crazy, man.
So, okay, tell me, Black Lives Matter, why iffy?
Black Lives Matter. Sometimes I think it's a fad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something to do at the moment. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And especially with the little scandal that the Black Lives...
Like the head of the thing was buying $1 million homes, put her baby daddy on payroll.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Right.
But you can't have no scandal. If that's what you're promoting, you can't have no scandals and no loopholes within you. You know what I'm saying?
What about Blue Lives Matter, iffy?
Blue Lives Matter, man. All lives matter, man. I can't just specifically say one group of people lives matter than other. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's life matter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I got one word for all of those. Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, and defund the police. I think bullshit for all of it. You know, I think it's like political slogans that's people using to exploit folks, get people riled up. So I get what you're saying.
Like, yo, and again, that's why I wanted to bring you up here, because you were part of Black Lives Matter. You blew, like, yo, the conversation got to be a little bit more mature than that, son. I got my brothers and sisters in arms out there. Yeah. And how can I ever scream middle finger to the law? You know what I'm saying?
Even if you feel that way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you ever feel like alone and like perhaps lost in the middle? Because you from where you from, and 9 times out of 10 when people screaming Blue Lives Matter, they ain't really talking about people that look like you. Like, you ever feel like, dang, I'm in the middle. I'm a man without a country.
Like I was saying earlier, right? Sometimes you like, if only the people who are in your face screaming and shouting at you, they knew who you really were. Yeah, it probably changed their whole tune. Cause where I'm from is the worst of the worst. You know what I'm saying? You probably seen everything you're gonna experience in life by the age of 13. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's nothing good. You get what I'm saying? So you come from that environment and you make it out technically you make it out, you go and you pick a particular career path or whatever, and the people who in the community that you serve, they think you just some square from Delaware. Like, man, that's not the case. Like, especially when people, they'll tell you like, oh, you must have been a punk or Herb or this, that, and that's the only, like, bro, I was the most popular person in my I'd be in my head, I'd be like, what are you talking about?
I'm a 2-time city champion.
Like, come on, man. Like, I was a somebody. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't no square like you. Come on, man.
Probably ain't never get no girls, nothing like him.
Come on, brother. Like, from high school till, come on, stop it, brother. Sometimes you just want to put your, like, come on, man. I wish you would know, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just want to put your arm around him and like, come on, brother. We not squares, man. Yeah. This is what we chose to do. You know what I'm saying? This is our career path.
You wear the uniform, and then when you take it off, you go about your life. You want to go to the mall, cop some sneakers, go to the park with your son.
The things that everybody else do in the city are the same things that I do.
Do you feel like you constantly got to look over your shoulder? Like, do you have downtime?
You know, they say you don't never want to get caught lacking.
Yes.
It's been plenty of times where I've been out somewhere and somebody that I had bad interaction with at work, you see him in the same place, but it don't never be no issues or nothing like that. So you don't never want to get caught lacking just in case somebody might want to do something stupid.
Word.
I'm always prepared for any type of those type of situations, but I'm not like on guard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like.
So when you see them out with their ice grilling,
they gonna wherever the chips may fall, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but I'm saying like when this happened.
I had an interaction. Me and my brothers one time. My brothers came out here. We was in the mall and we walking, and some dude tapped me on the shoulder. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, yo, you remember we had an interaction. I'm not gonna say what exactly what it was. We had an interaction at I'm like, yeah. What now? We ain't friends, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but he wasn't on nothing crazy, but it was something minor anyway.
You just wanted to bring it up?
Yeah, like, bro, just go to the sneaker store, bro. Like, what are you doing? But I'm always prepared. You know what I'm saying? I'm always prepared, but I'm not walking around like
copy.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't participate in something they call like police culture. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the guy running around with the 47 police stickers on his car and stuff. I'm not that guy. I go to work, I come home, I'm Cadell.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm at work, I'm Officer Stevens. back home, Cadell. You know what I'm saying? I do the things that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't let being a cop keep me in the house.
Gotcha.
So if I want to go to the mall, I'm going to the mall. If I want to take my son to the mall, me and my son's going to the mall. You know what I'm saying? Okay. If I want to jump on a bike and go to Edgewood, I'm getting on a motorcycle, I'm going to Edgewood. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
I don't hide behind being a police officer.
There you go. I want you to still be able to go to Atlanta Hawks game if the Knicks is in town.
You feel what I'm saying? Let me tell you, the Brooklyn Nets, every year, I haven't missed one yet. The Nets and the Hawks. I missed last year. Since I've been here, I haven't missed a game, man.
Straight up.
I'm telling you.
Atlanta's kind of the music capital now.
Man, Atlanta's running the show, bro.
It's popping out here. And a big moment was that Young Jeezy, Gucci Mane versus. Because they had beef for many, many years. Yeah. And we heard how big that was for Atlanta. You out there in the streets. Tell us about it. Like, could you feel the difference?
Of course. It was almost like when like if you from back home, Nas and Jay-Z. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You ride down the street, yo, who you, I was in the patrol car. Yo, who you rock? Jeezy or Gucci? Yeah. Man, F Gucci, I'm rolling with Jeezy, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was a good time because everybody knew it was gonna be something good was gonna come out of it. So, but the energy was there. Yeah. The energy was there for sure.
You felt the difference in the street? Like people a little more relaxed on the edge?
Yeah.
Not as tense?
But I don't think at their age, I don't think they was about to just go in the parking lot and have a bang out or something like that. But it's still tension. You know what I'm saying? It's like grown man tension as opposed to young boy. If it was young boy beef, it'd be having a different conversation.
People talk about who could go against Hove in a versus, and I've heard like Future thrown in there.
Who?
Future.
No disrespect to Pluto, but come on, he can't even step in the same building as the big homie Hove.
See that? You talk about like club bangers.
You gotta understand when people want to rap because they heard Jay-Z rap. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't think nobody could. You can't put nobody. That's somebody you leave out of verses.
Bro, you talking to us? Yeah, Brooklyn born and raised.
There is nobody
without question
that can step in front of Jay-Z.
C-Dell's new era, son.
Let me tell you, most people don't know Jay-Z wrote Dr. Dre, Still Dre.
Straight up.
The verse, the hook, all Snoop Dogg parts, he wrote the whole song. And they said it was in like 10, 15 minutes.
But could he be aged out? Like when Future throwing Mask Off, like the crowd,
I'm not
some bangers.
I've been in the spot before and it'll turn the whole stadium upside down. Yeah. But I think I don't know, man. Yeah. I don't think you could put Future with Hove, man.
But Hove will probably never do it.
For sure.
How you feel about that? Like feeling like you too big for the culture, son?
I think I'm a Hove fan, so whatever homie doing, I'm Hove too big for that. Now I'm just playing, but I think if he do it, it's gonna be you just can't do no more verses after that. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody could battle on the platform, on versus platform. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like if Jay-Z get on versus, that's it. That's it. Like nobody can do a versus ever. Like no genre, no rappers, singers, none of that. It's over with.
We all talk about that at the end. We be like, yo, he probably not gonna do it
because nobody's gonna have more views than Jay-Z. It's Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Who's gonna have more views?
Yo, I think you're showing your New York bias, man. Your New York bias, your age bias.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm biased. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm biased because Jay-Z to me is the epitome of rap.
I think he about phased out.
And it's crazy because Jay-Z not even my favorite rapper. Jadakiss my favorite rapper, but Jay-Z is the rapper's rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like all your favorites, they started rapping because of Jay-Z.
Straight up.
Think about it. If Jada put out a song right now, right, and it's about to be his you think he ain't gonna go at your Hove, get the Hove approval?
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Jada's your favorite.
Jada's my favorite.
What was it like watching him perform the verses?
Man, I've had Tim's on. I'm in the house, army fatigued out. For sure. Jada just outperformed him.
He
could if Jada was up there by himself, he would have still won. You know what I'm saying?
He made me appreciate the craft of MCing.
For sure.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
You know what I'm saying? No lyrics in the background. We straight sweat. Remind me of DMX. Like, you know, DMX going to stage, he don't want no hype man, no none of that. He want to rock the whole 10,000 people by himself. You know what I'm saying? But he come from that cloth, so.
Well, I couldn't enjoy it fully because they was massacring fellow New Yorkers and Dipset.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I expected them. You know, Dipset they didn't play with. Dipset they had the whole city on. What Cam said, had the whole city wearing pink.
Yeah,
for sure. But you can't downplay Dipset. But I think in that night, if they wasn't prepared for what when he started throwing them, I remember like the freestyles and all that, like listening, waiting on the radio to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That's a big deal.
Big time.
Big deal.
They talk about the possibility of Memphis Bleek versus Joel Santana.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think nobody really gonna want to see that, bro.
What?
I don't think so.
Memphis Bleek got the rock files.
He do, but Joel's a smoke. I'm not gonna hold you. Joel's a smoke. Memphis Bleek.
Nah, you wildin', son.
You don't think so?
I was in Boys and Girls High School, 1999, when Memphis Bleek dropped. Memphis Bleek is
for sure. He had the Hummers within the video for sure. I remember.
Bleek too versatile.
What else he got?
Nah, round here, T.I., coming of age, Hope. He
might
you,
not have,
me, him, her.
He might not have 20.
Yo, bro, you crazy, son?
No. Let me not even say that. You just said that he got the you, me, him, her. That's scorcher. You know what I'm saying? The whole building might burn down off that one. But you still
my ladies.
But Joel's got the whole mixtape series with Wayne.
Yeah,
everything on there was good.
That shit ain't ringing out on the national level. On the national level, that's some If you didn't know, Cadella's from Brownsville, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just being honest. I'm being honest.
Nobody can pull a song from that mixtape. But before we even get to the music, from a performance aspect, Joel's looking a little loopy at that.
Joel, you looking a little off, homeboy.
He was looking a little off, so I think Bleek could go up there and handle that mic, son.
For sure.
You showing your New York bias for real.
Just be honest, my brother.
When's the last time you been in New York? May 1st.
Yes, sir. How could I forget? How could I forget?
What was going on May 1st?
Man, listen, my city alumni classic, man. Nothing else is moving but that, man. I was thoroughly entertained and I enjoyed myself, man. Next year I'm suiting up.
My city alumni classic. We started this podcast talking about our time at Kingsborough Community College. Yeah. So we put together an event where alumni from some of the local colleges came back and competed against each other. Mm-hmm. You know, so you got some of the best players in Kingsborough history going against another school. You know, usually when you talk about alumni games, it's players from within one school playing against each other. Nah, we took it back to the old days, our glory days when we competed, and we competed against other schools. You had Brooklyn College versus City Tech. You had Baruch College versus Lehman, York College versus John Jay. And I say we, Cadell didn't suit up, but you was a big time motivation for that.
Of course, man. I wasn't not gonna be there, bro. It wasn't gonna happen. I was talking about this since I remember I jumped ahead of him. I was like, yo, where the venue at? You like, hold on, I thought I missed something, you know what I'm saying? But it was no way I was gonna miss it, man. It was like a big family reunion, man.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? Seeing Tony Vales out there. I know Tone Vales since high school, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Playing in those little leagues and things like that. And still play the same way. Still a problem.
They
used to call him man-child. Yeah. He was like 14, 15, playing like he was 16, 20, you know what I'm saying? For sure, it was a great time, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. When we put it together, he was one of the first calls. Yo, see that? This is what we doing. Mm-hmm. Are you suiting up?
Sure.
Or are you in the stands with one of them fancy sneakers y'all kids wearing these days? Either way, bro, I need you in the building. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That event was created with people like you and mine. Sure. Whether you play or not, it's a reason for us to come back every year and connect.
Because if you think about I ain't see those guys in 10, 15, almost 15 years. You know what I'm saying? It was seeing Nando out there getting back and forth to it. It's a good time, man. Good time. My boy Trini, Coach B. I was shocked to see Coach B. I wasn't expecting to see him. Mr. Peterkin. Malcolm Peterkin. I said, he on the roster for real? You know, Malcolm be in and out, you know what I'm saying? But it's good seeing all of them, man. Good seeing all of them.
That was amazing, son. You even brought moms out.
I told moms what was going on. She give me a ticket. You know
she popped up.
For sure. She was at work, left work, came, then went back to work.
You know bro, when I tell you that's love, son.
For sure. You know, moms was at every game.
Big time.
I don't think moms, she might have missed a couple of away games, but not one
when we played the Kingsborough
home game.
Yo, bro, that was a dream come true, son.
It was amazing, man. It was amazing. Like I said, thoroughly enjoyed it, man.
That's what's up.
It was to a point where, like, you know how somebody played, like, nah, I don't want to see this game. Nah, you had to stay. It was just that entertaining.
You heard it here first.
That entertainment.
Cadell say he's playing next year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm about to get back in the gym now. I'm telling you, it's going to take a minute, but I'm Next year I'm suiting up for sure.
That was the first time I had seen you in a lot of years.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot had changed. You somebody's daddy now.
For sure. Big Scoop. Shout out to Big Scoop. My little boy. Yes, sir.
What's his name?
Cameron
Stevens.
Yes,
how old is he?
3. He'll be 4 in July.
What was that like, son? You was in the delivery room?
Oh, was I? I might have not seen him since he been born. A week out his whole life since he been born, from the beginning to the end.
What was it like in there? Somebody was cutting irons? You was crying like a baby?
Nah, I ain't know. I kept the gangster. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want my boys seeing me, you know what I mean, looking soft out the first day out. But no, I'm just playing.
Yo, you crazy.
I was in there for sure.
Yeah, the doubt.
It's crazy. Like, you speaking about kids. Like, what's mind blowing to me is like, my son is just like me. It's like he walk like me, stand like me, silly and goofy. Like, he literally I'll be like, sometimes we want to be mad, like, well, that's something I would have did. You know what I'm saying? But that's my little man.
What's it been like these 3 years, man? How did that experience change you? Like watching somebody come into the world, your son,
for sure,
come into the world.
Nothing else matters, man. From the moment he come, it's like it's a switch. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else matters, man. It don't matter about a shoe. It don't matter about a car. It don't matter about my sole reason for living right now is to make sure this kid is good.
That's crazy,
for sure.
son.
And it's something you can't prepare for. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that you can do to prepare to have a kid. You know what I'm saying? Nothing in the world to prepare for. People gonna say, you do this, do that. You can't take everybody's opinion because every kid ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? You save your money and wait for him to come out. That's all you gotta do, man. Literally, that's it. Put some money aside and wait for the boy to come out.
It's amazing that you describe it as being a switch because one day he's not here and the next day it's go time.
That's literally how it is. There's no other way to describe it. You know what I'm saying? So the day before your kid might be born, you watching the game. Next day, you putting a bottle together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's an experience, man. It's I think so far this might be the highlight of my life, like having a little boy. Yeah. Because like I said, he's just like me. That's my road dog. If I'm going somewhere, he coming with me. Like that's just how. I don't even know why I ain't bring him to the alumni classes.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's cool. I want him in the building, man.
Sure.
Next year, you get to see you play.
We in the next year. We in there. Mm-hmm.
You talked about when we play at Kingsborough, the family would be in there. After you had that big time game, 21-14 against Bronx Community, we then went on the championship. I remember Pops was in the building.
Pops, let me tell you, man, that might have been the first game my Pops ever seen me play in my college career, man. Wow. Because even in high school, you know, he worked. Yeah. And like most games was on like Mondays and Thursdays and stuff like that. So he can never get. I mean, he never seen me play high school, but that was the one. That's why it means so much to me. You know what I'm saying? That's the game my Pops saw me playing, man.
And unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago.
For sure.
Yo, that was the one game we got to see.
I'm cool with it, man. I accepted it. You know
and we did it. We popped champagne. Not literally, but
we got rings. You know what I'm saying? We on the, what did we say? We on the wall.
Two times. I remember, son. Like, that was part of my motivation as well as a player. You know, I was never really motivated by individual accolades or success. Mm-hmm. I just wanted all my people to be good.
And have a good experience.
And for us to play well in front of our families, to see, like, yo, if ever I go on a court and I get tired of something, I look over at somebody's mom's jumping for joy or something, like, yo, we got to go.
Turn it up a notch, for sure.
We got to go, son.
For sure, that's how it was, man.
And when you, I don't know, that was one of the few games he got to see, man.
Mm-hmm. That one of the few. That one, man, yeah.
Now that you're a father, how often do you reflect on that relationship with dad?
All the time. All the time, man. All the time, because me and my pops, we had a good relationship. Then, you know, as you grow up and you become into yourself, you start feeling yourself. So the relationship wasn't as tight as it should have been. And unfortunately, like, as it started to get better, he passed away. So I always be like, you know what? Damn, I wish I could call my pops and ask him this, but obviously you can't. But it makes me not hold on to no grudges, man, and things like that, and no type of malice in my heart towards it. You know what I'm saying? Especially with growing up myself. I want to be able to, I don't want to miss no beats. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be there anytime I can. You know what I'm saying?
As you 3-4 years into fatherhood, do you start to see yourself like, oh, snap, Dad, like I get it now. Yo, Pops, my bad.
I don't even want to stop you, man. Even before my son came, and I was just in Atlanta just doing Atlanta stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yo, I get it. I understand why he says certain things. I understand why he was mad at certain. You get what I'm saying? It take maturity to get that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I see why. You know what I'm saying? The first thing you reflect back to is what Pops told you. And at the moment, you like, man, you don't know what you're talking about. You ain't in the time we in, but life don't change too much, man. Yeah. The same principles and morals, it stay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. After Kingsborough, I went on to play at York College. You mentioned your dad worked off, and he sold cars.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I was playing for my coach at York. His name is Ronald St. John. And he ended up buying a car from your dad.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And he was telling me, I guess, coach was saying, yeah, I coach at York. And your dad was like, oh, my son's former teammate is over there. And he said the first thing your dad said was, William Holly? Yo, he's a handful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was in tune. He might not have made no game, but he was in tune.
Yo, that made me so happy. So like, yo, keep it in the buck. Like, yo, Pops, William Holly, that's my guy. He a handful, lady. You know what I'm saying?
You met Pops plenty of time. You know what I'm saying? You know how he was.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, like on that court, it was just trying to be the best we can be.
Sure,
you know, sometimes it got hotly contested and stuff, but my teammates are still here, so hopefully
it wasn't too bad.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too bad. You know, we was just trying to get to the finish line. So when he told me that, my coach told me that story, he's like, that was the first thing he said, oh, you know, William Holly played for you? Yeah, he a handful, lady. Yes, sir, son. Rest in peace to the God.
Rest in peace, Pops. Yes, sir.
Oftentimes, you hear families talk about having to have the conversation with their child, especially families that have young black boys that are going to grow into black men, having to have the conversation about how to interact with law enforcement. So Cadell Stevens,
yes, sir,
law enforcement officer himself, what do you anticipate your conversation is going to be like with your son? Because he's growing up in a world where, those are the good guys. The people in that, those are the good guys. Yeah. That's my dad. That's my aunts and uncles, godparents.
Sure.
So what do you think that conversation, if any, is going to be like with him?
I don't even know right now. Like the way this world is turning, man, it's going. I think it's going to be like at the moment kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna tell him what I know from my experience and stuff like that, but I don't think I could shape it that far by the time he's having these type of interactions and things like that. My best bet is to keep him away. I'm lying. I'm gonna try to keep him how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? You see the police, you respect, you say what's up, and you keep it going. You know what I'm saying? You keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to be like, I don't want to be fearful of the police. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Pops is a police officer.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be fearful at all. But I want him to understand his rights for sure. Understand what a police officer can and cannot do to you. And I want you to always be respectful at all times. Even in the worst situations, you know what I'm saying? Be respectful. Your respect gonna get you out of any situation you can. Any situation you might feel that you in that might go negative, your respect gonna get you out of it. Don't be somebody that you're not, man. Be who you are, man. If you got something to say, stand your ground, but be respectful in everything you should say.
Gotcha.
You know
Gotcha. With a lot of these national stories involving police and the community and some of the shootings, of course, we know about George Floyd, Tamir Rice. Is there any one of these cases or conversations that you think people are missing something? Like maybe you have a different viewpoint because you actually wear the uniform or you see things from a different perspective? Anything in those situations?
I think what happens is, first thing is it goes to social media. And sometimes the social media view is not actually what took place in not in all cases, but the social media view is not what took place in the actual event. And once people get a bite of that social media, they just run with it. For example, I've seen videos where it might have looked like a police officer just beating the mess out of somebody, and then they chop it up. And if you would have let it play maybe 2 minutes prior, you would have seen the person running, shooting up 30 kids. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So I think we got to digest it first, get all the facts, digest it, and then making our assumptions and opinions. You know what I'm saying?
With the Breonna Taylor situation, I guess the young lady was killed when they were serving a warrant accidentally. I watched the first 48 a lot. We in Atlanta. Yeah. I watched the first 48 a lot. I actually seen you on there one time.
Right.
But with that show, like a crime happens, the detectives investigate it, they gather their evidence, and they feel like, all right, we ready to go after the person. So they call the DA. Mm-hmm. The DA says, all right, you got enough evidence, we're gonna issue a warrant. Mm-hmm. And then that warrant ended up going to like some other warrant squad who wasn't really involved in the investigation. They just got name, address, and they go in there.
Yeah.
Right? And unfortunately, that young lady got killed. But when I look at those facts, I always look at it through the lens of my boy being on that staff. Mm-hmm. Like if those were the details, I wouldn't want you to go to jail behind that.
I get what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's unfortunate. People tired of the police killing black folks and stuff, but that one specifically, I just like, that's a tough one, man.
Sometimes a lot of these, that's why you got to be so thorough, and you got to be pay attention to details and and especially in this job. Attention to detail is a game changer. You know what I'm saying? It can, somebody can get hurt if you don't pay attention to your detail. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be, because these people go 4 or 5 different hands before it gets to where it need to be. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be as detailed as possible and pay attention to your details when you're doing things like that, in my opinion.
What was your reaction when you first learned of the George Floyd situation?
It's just horrible, in my opinion. Honestly, it's just horrible. Like, you can't justify that at all, period. I would never do nothing like that. I wouldn't do, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Derek Chauvin, whoever, like that dude's an animal, straight up murder. But I do want to ask you about this. You know, I get a lot of credit for being outspoken, being fearless. Yo, we're gonna say, we gonna say, do what we want to do. And being one of those people, I know how hard it is. Because there's times I be in the crib in the fetal position like, yo, I'm about to say this tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, my world's gonna be upside down, but it's scary. You know what I'm saying? So F Derek Chauvin, the cops that were around him, I heard one of those cops was their first day on the job. And to speak out against a senior officer is not something that's easy. So I would ask C. Dells, like, how do you think you would have fared in that situation?
I know, I want to say, I think I know what's right, and I think I know what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I think I know when I should step in and when I should just let the man do what he's doing. In that situation, I'm stepping in.
You would have been able to step in?
For sure. You know how, come on, man. You know how I am. Yo, look, that's not right. Yo, we can figure something else out. Come on, man. Get up. You know what I mean?
Rookie officer.
Man, listen, man. The same training that the man might have went through, same one I went to. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I don't believe in that whole rookie vet thing. Yeah. It's you show respect, but the rookie might be the one to say the vet. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when you on the playing field, y'all equal. You know what I'm saying? The only thing, you just got time on. And I respect you, and I'm going to ask you questions if I need help with things, but
you going to get dirty looks in the locker room.
That's their business, man. They going to beat me up? They going to fight me? Come on, man. I ain't worrying about nobody's looks. You get what I'm saying? We ain't on that type of time. We taking care of each other. You know what I'm saying? Especially if, you know, it just don't look right. Yeah. Most of the time, if it don't look right, it ain't right.
There you go.
If it don't look right, it ain't right. So if you was sitting there like, this don't look right. He been there for a minute. Something ain't right.
This ain't it. That's crazy, man.
And, you know, like certain things I can't go into depth. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things I just can't go into depth in, but we'll talk off camera about it. You know what I'm saying? Certain things I can't go into depth with about what I really want to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Got you. You familiar with the new New York City mayor? Eric Adams.
Yes. I've seen him, like I said, social media and things like that, but I don't really know what his motives are and what he really got going on.
I don't know anything about him as a politician, but his resume is that he was a cop.
Oh, I didn't know. I literally didn't know that.
Yeah, he was the product of police brutality at like 15 or something years old, and it motivated him to be a cop.
I got you.
And he started an organization called 100 Blacks in Law Enforcement. You ever heard of that? Okay. In the New York City Police Department. And it was kind of like a little union amongst black officers to give them a little strength, give them a little backing. You know what I'm saying? Because even in the police force, y'all all wear a uniform, but there's cliques. There's the good old boys and stuff. So he formed his own organization to kind of fight for the rights of black officers. You know what I'm saying? I just want to put that on your radar.
That's dope.
There's different things you can help take
for sure to different places, different
to the next level. Sure. You know what I'm saying? It's never just you punching the clock or something. Like, you could be out here making a difference, man.
Making noise. You know what I'm saying?
You have any ideas of how you can improve life for a cop, improve life for the community?
They got well, in Atlanta, it's a group of officers. They got this little organization called Clippers and Cops. I think it's so dope, man. I think it's fire. Like, they go to the barbershops in the communities, in the urban communities, in the worst parts of the worst, and they just have conversations. It's like literally forum. You sit down and have a conversation. I think it's changing the dynamic in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? How people look at you and how people view you, especially if you attend one of these events. Right. It's literally like you walking into the barbershop and it's a whole bunch of cops and you can say whatever you want, get what you want off your chest. You know what I'm saying? And it's just dialogue. You know what I'm saying? That's fire. That's what's up. Salute to those brothers, man, doing Clippers and Cops. It's hard.
So you ever get into the schools at all?
Nah, man.
A career day or something, see those?
I've never been to a career day before. Man.
Pull up, son.
You know what's the funny thing is nobody ever invite me to a career day. That's the thing, man. They don't never invite me over there, man. But I would love to do things like that, man.
Bro, you so dynamic, son. I'm proud of who you are as a man, as a dad, as an officer, as my former teammate. Like, you could really transform a community, a state, the world. One person.
For sure. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. And that's what my city was about, putting all my people together and showing them that we could build something from the ground up.
For sure.
The conference didn't support us. The schools didn't support us, right? So again, I just wanted to put that on your radar. 100 blacks in law enforcement. You could go into school and train these kids, you know what I mean, on like how you said you want to tell Cam what to do in interactions with police and stuff.
For sure.
And we could save people's lives. And you got it, yo. You that dude. I think you finally realized you been that dude.
Somebody got to say it. I'm just messing with you. But yeah, man.
That's it, man. Let me see what else I got here on my list, man. That's it, brother. What's next for you, man? You got 10 years in?
10 years in, man. Next, I'm trying to jump on this investigators list. Well, I'm on the investigators list now, so hopefully that come around before next year. And I'm start over there and see what I can figure out over there, man.
Investigator, that's APD or a different organization?
Same with APD, but as an investigative detective more so.
Oh, suit and tie?
Yeah.
The Hat Squad?
I don't know yet, man.
The Hat Squad, see, the first 48, I really be watching. Like, all the detectives wear hats.
They some cool people over there, man. I'm not gonna lie, they elite. You know what I mean? Top notch, man. You salute to all of them, man. They some good detectives over there. One of my good buddies is over there too. On that squad.
My God, C. Dells.
I'm optimistic, man. The sky's the limit, man. I don't hold no ceilings to myself, and whatever comes with it comes, man.
What's up with the brothers, man? One of your brothers is a veteran.
Yes, sir.
He's out though now, right?
Yes, sir. He doing real good, man. Both of them doing good, actually. My oldest brother, he got the truck game on tilt right now. He moving and shaking. I can't be more proud of him, man. He's moving and shaking, man.
I actually went to high school with his older brother. Of course, I didn't know Cadell then.
Yeah.
We Frank Mickens kids, Boys and Girls High School.
For sure. I always think, what if I would have went to the high, man? I always think about that, man.
What school you end up going to?
Man, let me tell you a story. Van Arsdale, man. Yeah. It was nothing wrong with Van Arsdale, but it wasn't a sports program.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had never been to, I think if I would have had that type of love lace instilled in me,
been crazy.
It'd been different, man. It'd have been different, man.
But your brothers, one is trucking, one is a vet. Where they located at?
One is in Virginia, the other one is in North Carolina.
And you got moms in New York?
Yes, sir.
/ Pennsylvania.
She on her way out though. She trying to come down to the to ATL.
Oh yeah, she got grandbabies out here.
For sure.
Is Cam the only grandchild?
Nah, we got my middle brother got one son. He just had a baby, Caleb, and my oldest brother got two, Harmony and Christian.
Copy.
Yes, sir.
Where's my man Wes at?
Wes doing his thing, man. Shout out. I just was with Wes. This past weekend. Not this 2 weekends ago. I was in South Carolina with him. He doing good, man.
Wes is Cadell's cousin. Another dude that went to the high.
Yes, sir.
I got Wes.
Yes, sir. My boy Wes. Wes doing good, man. And remember Rashad that used to be with him all the time?
Yes.
They both doing good, man.
Right.
Down there, I think we're Rod at. I think Rod in Virginia too. They both doing good, man. Everybody doing good, man.
Everybody doing good.
Staying out the way, doing what they supposed to do, man.
Got you, man.
Sure, man.
Throw some shout outs. I'm gonna give us some shout outs too, and I'm gonna let you end. I was in the Army. I went to Iraq in 2005. There was a brother that was next to me that helped to save my life. You know what I'm saying? When I say save my life, I'm not talking about what he did with his M16. I'm so like taking care of your brother's spirit and mind. There'll be days like you don't feel like getting out the bed. And then when you get to, and then your partner just show up with a plate of food for you because he know you got to eat that day. And that's one of ATL's finest, Jimmy Durden. That's my brother, son.
Really?
Yeah. He, I think he became a cop recently. Like he was working in corrections and different things, and he just went APD.
Really?
I would love for y'all to connect. Jimmy Durden. He from the A. That's saved my life, son.
Man, before we leave, get his number. And
Jimmy Durden. And then we talked about my city. We had the event with a lot of the former college players. One of the best point guards in your college history is in the APD, Atlanta Police Department Training Academy right now. Shout out to Ducon Lawson. You know what I'm saying? I just want to have this convo, CDLs, because we got to do better, son.
For sure. It's
we
needed,
got to do better. The community, the cops, like, we got to do better, man. Give your shout outs, brother.
First off, I want to shout you out, man. Let me tell you, where we come from, we don't know too many doctors. Let's just talk about it. The only doctor I knew growing up was Heathcliff Huxtable. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to doctor.
Doctor education. I'm not a medical doctor, man.
It's there. The PR is there, my brother. You know what I'm saying? We're going to shout you out.
Appreciate you, my brother.
My man, Kayvon Baker. That's my guy. Let me tell you why that's my guy. Everything Kayvon said he was going to do,
he did it.
He's doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? I remember we used to leave practice in the Black Maxima, go to King's Plaza, and he'd be like, yo, I'm going to be a coach. I'm going to have everything Kayvon doing. He said he doing, man. Shout outs to Coach Haas.
Rest in peace to the God.
Sure. Without Haas, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. None of us would know. Haas is the glue. Haas brought us all together. The whole KCC coaching staff, man. DA, my man DA. I got to shout DA out. I'm gonna tell you a story, right?
Go for it.
DA. Oh, everybody heard about DA. Nobody ever seen him. But the new guys. So DA do this, DA do that. DA is like Kobe. He's like God in Kingsborough. And I think you was next to me, and DA walked in the gym. We looked like this. What they talking about? I thought he played baseball,
cricket,
until he got on the court.
Got busy.
And it wasn't nobody in that gym that could stand in front of DA, man. But who else, man? No, everybody from that the 2-time champ, Jose Arroyo. We trying to get Jose back in the city. Jose don't want to come back to he don't want to come back to New York, man. We got to get him to New York and get him to play in the My City alumni,
for sure,
man.
For sure. He working in law enforcement too.
Yes, sir. He's in
North Carolina.
North Carolina, yes, sir. We got to get Jose back in the city, man.
For sure.
Who else, man? Everybody.
Send some love to mom, son.
Mom, of course. Come on, man. Mom Dukes. Thank you for everything, man. Everything. I can't even put into words how much I love and appreciate you for everything you do, man.
What's it like for her raising 3 black boys in the 90s in Brownsville? I'm sure she was concerned about interaction with law enforcement. And now she's on this side with her baby boy actually wears that uniform, and you hear all the vitriol and stuff that's aimed at police. What's that been like for her?
My mom is she's real supportive, and you know my mom is a realist. You know, my mom is straight from Red Hook Project. Like that's what she's off the rip. She's tough and she a realist. So her thing is just be safe and treat people the way they supposed to be treated, man. That's her. I mean, she harps on this all the time. Treat people the way they supposed to be treated, man. That's all I need from Mom Dukes. Mom Dukes ain't got to say too much to me for me to get on board. You know what I'm saying? But I think she a little concerned sometimes. She be a little. That's natural, but she knows she raised some tough boys.
There you go.
She knows she raised soldiers.
With the backlash that cops can get when they do discharge their weapon, can cause them to second guess.
For sure.
How much does that play in your mind when you're out there doing what you gotta do?
It's a big factor, man. It's a big factor. Me, I always say, I've never been in any of those type of situations, and I pray I don't ever have to. I don't want to experience that. I don't want to even be in the realms of that type of conversation. But I still got a family.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I still got a son. I still got a family to take care of. You know what I'm saying? I still got a moms. I still got brothers that love me just as much as your family will love you. So I'm going to go home for sure. And that's why I pray I never have to be in any of those type of situations. You know what I'm saying? I'm Officer Cool, man. Everybody know we going to have a good time. You going to laugh. I'm going to still do what I need to do if need be. Yeah. But we keep that energy out out my 8-hour shift. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
But I will say that it will cause you to second guess from people that I know who've been in those type of situations. It'll make you second guess. And one thing you don't ever want to do is second guess yourself in anything.
No, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I don't police from here. I police from my stomach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they could throw a law book at you and tell you and read everything in the book. But if you ain't got no street smarts about you, no wits about you, that don't mean nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You create your own. You get out the academy. They give you the basics. You create your own style of policing. And you become who you're going to become. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it, man. For sure. You become who you're going to become.
There we go. Appreciate you, brother.
My brother. Anytime, man. Anytime.
Yo, that was Cadell Stevens. I'm William Holly, WBH Radio. We out.
Yes, sir.